Good morning and welcome to Hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to six, and the general manager of Dan Cummins Chevrolet Buick in Paris, Kentucky, the second largest used car franchise dealer in the United States of America. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, everybody? Sorry, we're just a couple minutes behind this morning. That's 100% my fault. My bad. I was trying to get my man, Mr. Benstock, in here, but I wasn't typing in his email right. So I apologize. We're a minute or two behind, but I just want you to know that I am so glad we are here. I'm so glad that you're here. Today is Friday, September 7th, 2018, the first and last time it'll ever be Friday, September 7th, 2018, so we got to make sure the best of it, and I am super over the top excited to have my man, Brian Benstock, on the show with us. I'm going to bring him in here in just a second. Dude, seriously, this guy, Brian, I'm about to tell you, he is going to drop some fire, some wisdom, some nuggets. I know I'm kind of man-crushing on this dude a little bit. I know it's kind of weird, but I just love him. I think he's awesome, and I think you're going to love him. Like, this dude just straight up rocks. So get everybody up in here because you are just going to be wowed by this player here today. I know that you are. Now, before he joins us, we are going to do our Hustle and Grind Con giveaway. Obviously, we've got this massive conference coming up. I've been getting super hyped from it. I've been watching everybody's like speaker reels and so on and so forth. I mean, you guys saw this one. Maybe here, I'll show it again for you real quick from yesterday.
One of the most important roles of a leader is vision.
Rather than be disrupted, you want to be a part of the disruption.
Brian's the only guy I think that I'm ever around where I just feel like, man, I gotta find another gear. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in the ALR welcome to Mr. Brian Benstock.
Hey, how are you? Coming warning, some of the things I'm going to say, you're going to disagree with it. Voice is taking over search. And many people are still struggling with what to do with AdWords. We're in the next iteration of that, which is voice technology. The future is frictionless.
Consumers today are demanding that we make it faster for them, we make it more convenient, and we wow them everywhere.
Brian Benstock.
Is Brian Benstock.
Brian Benstock. Insiders and analysts are all projecting that 50% of the vehicles that will be sold will actually be done online.
The existing business model is dead. If we don't do it, Silicon Valley will do it to us.
This is our shopping portal, pricing options, payment options. I just purchased a Honda Accord. It took less than 2 minutes. I don't want to drink your bad coffee. I don't want to eat your stale bagels. I don't want to watch Moesha or Jerry Springer.
If our customers can do this without us, they will.
We are picking up a customer's car. We'll bring the car back to the dealership, do the oil change, and put the car back in the customer's driveway at no additional expense to the consumer.
Do we have an excuse for not knowing our customer when you can simply Google them, get their dog's name, their cat's name?
The consumers are the ones that are going to be the disruptors.
Anytime we do what's best for the customer, that ends up being what's best for the business.
Automotive disruption is here. I don't like it. I didn't wish for it, but it's here.
So that's who you get to look forward to. That's who's going to be on the show today, Mr. Brian Benstock. It's going to be incredible. But we do have a giveaway for the conference, Hustle and Grind Con. I drew earlier. These are people that shared the video from yesterday. I went ahead and drew it. And today's winner is my man, Philip Peterson. Mr. Philip Peterson is going to Hustle and Grind Con October 8th and October 9th. Now, enough of that. I know you guys can't wait. The anticipation is killing you. So I am going to bring on my man, Mr. Brian Benstock. Let me go ahead and share this over. Boom, share the screen. And there he is. Let's go ahead and get the view so you guys can see him and you don't see anything else. Mr. Brian Benstock, welcome to Hashtag Rise and Grind. What's up, my man? How are you?
Good morning, Glenn. How you doing?
Dude, I am doing so great. This is the first time I've ever not seen you in a suit and tie, and I love it.
Yeah, well, it's with 5:30 in the morning, and it's time to go for a run after our little call. So that's great. Yeah,
That is
it's
awesome, man. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to dive right in. But before we do, there's something we do every single morning on this show to get things going, and that's we got to do some dancing, man. So I'm going to lift this up here. I'm going to throw on some music real quick. You won't be able to hear it on your side. They'll be able to hear it out there. I'm having all kinds of crazy trouble this morning. But we've got the music going. I can't hear it. I'm going to turn it up on my phone so I can hear it. All right, guys, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. We want to share because we want to change the way we start people's day. And everybody needs to start their day with a little Brian Benstock this morning. So as you're listening to the music and we're doing some chair dancing over here in Facebook and internet land, I need you guys to hit that share. You say good morning to me, and I'm going to say good morning to you. Can you hear it? Okay, I can hear it now. We got music. We're good to go. All right. Hey, everybody. Good morning, Christopher Campbell. Good morning, Tom Rossell and Mike Higdon. What's up? Good morning, A.J. Anderson and my man, Don Sankey. Ricky Miller, Tim Duff, Stephen Jones. Brian, man, we got everybody up in here this morning, bro.
as you should, as you should.
I love it. Leon O'Brien, Pam Biddle, Mark Miller, Faye Giles, A.J. Anderson, Ann Gilbert, Trey Congleton. What's up? What's up? What's up? I hope you got your coffee. I hope you're ready for some fire because we're going to bring it. Brian, are you ready to do this?
I'm ready to do it, man. Let's do it.
You ready to do this? All right, the music's going. It looks like everybody's good. I'm going to kill the tunes. Man, that's a good song, though. I like it. All right, I'm going to kill that. Clear that layer. Man, all right. There we go. Now we're for real. All right, all that's out of the way. Now it's just me and you, my man. Me and you and 2,000 people. Awesome. Brian, first things first. You, my man, are amazing, dude. Check it out. Everybody that I've talked to, everybody that I've ever seen, you've obviously reached some high levels of success, right? You run this massive dealership up there in New York, Paragon Honda. I love watching all your stuff. I love watching your guys and getting to know them. So you've obviously got yourself to a pretty high level. Let me ask you, everybody I've met has a pretty darn good morning routine. Every single person that I've ever talked to on this show or that I've studied that has great success has a great morning routine. What does yours look like?
Well, I absolutely go over what happened yesterday. Look at the plan for today. No question about it. Emails, it starts, a great cup of coffee. I'm here in my man cave every morning about 4:30 or so, and then we're getting a little bit of a head start on the day. And let's face it, this is absolutely the best part of the day. I have 5 children, and this is the time when the house is quiet, when I can actually get a tremendous amount of work done. So usually for the first hour and a half or so, it's reading, catching up on what I want to do. Always into a book, and then after that, it's going for a run or going to the gym before I go to work.
Yeah, man. I totally get it. I didn't know you had 5 kids, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So this is this is the only time of the day that I actually own. Once 8 o'clock starts rolling around, the schedule takes over. It's the commitments at work, the commitments that come in from outside. Whether it's customers or whether it's employees, all of a sudden the day sort of starts taking its own direction. So I want to make sure that I get the things that I need to get done out of the way. Eat that frog, to do the tough stuff early in the morning so that the rest of the day can sort of be hopefully on plan.
Yeah, man, I'm 100% with you. Same thing here, almost identical routine. Those first couple hours in the morning, just taking care of me. It's the only quiet time in my life. I think a lot of people miss how valuable that is, how valuable it is. And I don't think as many people realize how quickly your life can get pulled in so many different directions if you let it. Right around 8 o'clock, my phone starts ringing, the emails start popping in, the text messages, the fires that need to get put out, and I know
we have a great product that we use at the dealership, and so the first thing I'll do is I go on this product and I take a look at the daily report from before, all the different departments, and it really updates live, but generally about 5 o'clock in the morning is when I get to review the data. And my guys will tell you, they start getting the emails. And the great thing is if I'm looking at a particular report, I can hit the email icon button and that report goes to the manager I want to send it to. So it's fast and furious. And it's fun. Hey, great day yesterday, super gross, great volume, or the not so great things. Hey, what are we doing about this? What are we doing about the CITs? And, the person we're speaking with at the meeting in October, Eric Thomas, has a great video, and he talks about it. If you want to be successful, you got to, the only thing you have is time, and you got to make the most of the hours in the day. Now, I was, you're one of us, right? I'm emailing or texting you last night about 12:30 in the morning, and here we are at 5:30 in the morning. So if you went to sleep the moment after you responded to my text, you got no more than 5 hours sleep. And my guys think I'm a bat, that I sleep upside down for an hour, and that's about right. The reality is, the only thing, time is the only thing that we all have the same amount of. It's 24 hours in a day. And how you use those 24 hours determines exactly where you're going to be. In fact, ET says, you show me your 24-hour schedule, and I'll tell you how successful you're going to be. And guys that claim that they want to be successful, that they really want to do a good job, but they're waking up 20 minutes before they have to get in the car to go to work, you have to question how serious are they about their commitment to themselves.
Absolutely, man. Every single minute counts. Every minute counts. I noticed that too. You and I messaging back and forth at 11:30. I was like, this guy's on the same exact schedule I'm on. It's awesome.
Was it? I think it was 12:30, or maybe are we in the same time zone?
Yeah, we're in the same time zone. Were you still up at 12:30? I went to bed at 12. I went to bed at midnight last night.
Well, I had a long, super productive day yesterday, and I was just reviewing the end of the day. I mean, that's part of the routine too. It's not just about what you do before you when you wake up. It's what you do before you go to bed. And I like to, at the end of the day, really just fill the brain with good stuff so that it gets baked in at night. And but I was looking at a couple of emails from the day, and we really had some encouraging news about business last month. I got the preliminary financial statements last month, and they looked really healthy. And that's always just a great sign. We knew we did the big business, but you want to make sure that correlates to a healthy bottom line. In our case, thankfully, last month it was.
That's awesome, man. And that's a little nugget. Make sure you guys don't miss that. Did you hear what he said? He said you make sure you put the good stuff in here right before you go to bed so it can get baked in. I love that. So it can get baked in. It can settle. Listen, what moves you, Brian? Like you're obviously on this. You work hard, right? You're relentless. Right? I've seen all your stuff on social media, and I've talked to you, and I haven't had a ton of time to talk, but I've talked around you in circles with a lot of people who do know you, like Lisa Copeland, my good friend. And I know that you're always grinding, right? Just always grinding relentlessly. So what moves you? Where does that fuel come from?
I think it's the ambition. At some point it was about the money many, many years ago. It's not about the money now. It's about the accomplishment. I think as I've gotten older, my actual vision is not as good as it used to be. I wear glasses when I read, but my ability to see things that I couldn't see years ago is much, much better. And I think it's not that I'm better than I used to be. I'm just a little bit higher up on the mountain, and my perspective is different. And I really see the tremendous amount of opportunities that we have. And I think if there's one thing that moves me and motivates me is going out there and getting all that's there. Last month, we delivered just under 1,000 new and used Hondas and about 300 Acuras off of our facility. It's about 1,300 cars for the month. And the reality is there's a lot more there. So, I would say what moves me is the challenge to get that extra amount that's there. And even though our numbers statistically look very good compared to the rest of the country, I don't settle for that. I don't think that's a high enough standard. It's not how we're doing compared to the competition in the nation. It's how are we doing compared to the best of the best in industry. And I like to ask myself, what would Jeff Bezos do if he had my store? What would Jack Welch, the greatest manager in the history of the United States of America, what would he do if he was put in charge of Paragon? And you start asking different questions and better questions, and you start getting better results. And I feel bad in a way for my guys and my gals, because they'll do something and everybody's high-fiving them, saying, "My God, you guys are great!" And I'm saying, "Hey, it's not enough, guys. We've got to double that business. We have the ability to double what we've done, and it's my obligation to help them see what I see."
Wow, man, I love it. I love it. That's strong. Just constantly, it's a game, right? It's a game that we play with ourselves. Yeah. Just constantly trying to push to that next level. Not worried about the competition.
What you do, and what hopefully we're trying to do, is not scalable. And no, anybody can do better. But think of Michael Jordan. You can't scale Michael Jordan. He's one of a kind. You can't scale Kobe. I mean, Kobe's last game as an LA Laker, He scored 61 points. His last game, 99.9% of the people that play basketball will never score 61 points in a game. And on his way to retirement, out the door, and nobody was giving him any leg. I mean, this guy was making shots, and you saw the celebrities in the audience watching him hit a shot from a mile out, going, "Oh my God!" And it's got to be so tempting for these guys not to retire, because they're still retiring and they're better than 90% of the people that are playing.
Right.
And so when I want to think of what you do or what I do is, how do we get to that level, right? Kobe, they said, and you know, we've heard of Tim Grover and the book Relentless. He was one of Kobe's trainers. He said this guy would get up at 4:30 in the morning and be practicing for an hour and a half by himself. Then Grover says he'd shower, have a light breakfast, and he goes, "I come in," Grover, and would train him. And then after that, he'd shower again, and then the team practice would start.
Right.
And the guys are coming in, 9 o'clock in the morning. "Hey, Kobe, man, what's going on?" And Kobe was already at it for 4 hours.
Right.
You can't catch him. If he has a 4-hour head start, 5 days a week, over a period of 10 years, he's unstoppable.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. That is fire, dude. I love it. Brian, you guys are amazing. You guys loving Brian. If you're loving Brian Benstock, you make sure that you hit that share button. I'm telling you, shares show that you care. And this guy knows what's up. Brian, I'm going to ask you an interesting question. Okay? I've never asked anybody this one before. You're going to be the first. If there was one thing that you could do forever, for the rest of your life, one thing, for free, you're never going to make $1 off it. No one's ever going to pay you to do it. What is that one thing that you love, that you're just passionate about, that's something that God put in you that you would do every single day for free?
Making people see the potential in themselves. I mean, there is nothing more rewarding than seeing somebody come in as a raw, immature businessman or woman, and to be able to show them what they can be in business and in life. And, thankfully, I had people that believed in me when I didn't necessarily believe in myself, when I was a young kid. And those people giving me the encouragement to go along. And can you imagine the responsibility that we have by saying the right words to the right person at the right time, how we can change their lives? And I think people mistake ambition for greed. My ambition now has nothing to do with money. I take the money, of course, but the reality is it's being able to make an incredible impact on other people and other people's lives. And right now, my ambition is I want to put a dent in the car business. I want to change the perception of what we do. I want to change how we do it. I want to take the friction out. I want to undo everything I've learned to make the process better, from the customer experience to the user experience, to the UX for the customer, to make that much better. We've been teaching this and preaching this 12 steps or road to the sale for so long. Opening, investigation, selection, demonstration, verification, appraisal, close, TL. What if the best adjustment to the sales process, what if the best modification to the sales process was its elimination? What if we took the distance between the customer's intent and the transaction, and we eliminated that, and we made it easy for people to do business with us? Could we do massive multiples of what we're doing now? And I think we can. So that's what's firing me up. And so, leadership is, E1 is envision. What's your vision? E2 is excite your team. E3, the tough one, is to execute. And we're working on the execute part.
Yeah, man. Golly, dude. I'm gonna have to go back. I'm gonna have to change my morning routine today. And I'm just going to go back and rewatch this episode of Rise and Grind. Because, being on here, I've got to, interview you and ask the questions and make sure everything's going right in the screen views. And really, I'm just enthralled. I just want to learn from you, man. You've got so much wisdom. I love that you said you want to undo everything you've learned. Everything you've learned.
There's a great book, Future Shock, by Alvin Toffler. And it was written in the 70s, Future Shock. And there's a great line in that book. You've got to be willing to learn, unlearn, and relearn everything. Learn, unlearn, and relearn. So you and I learned the car business, and Foursquare, road to the sale.
Sure.
You've got to be willing to unlearn that, to give that up, and to relearn mass merchandising and marketing. that comes from an Amazon, an Apple, or Google. And I know there's a lot of guys out there that are going to disagree with that, and they're going to say, no. People want to deal with me. People want to deal with a salesperson, and that's true for a certain number of customers. And we certainly have to have that offering for those customers. But there's also another group of people that don't have the time to come to the dealership that still deserve everything we have. Think of Google. What's the difference between Google and Amazon? Google brings the customer to the product, right? And they have a tremendous amount of success through search, bringing the customer, the person that is searching, to the product. What does Amazon do? Amazon brings the product to the customer.
Right.
When you look over the past 10 years, Amazon sales are up 1,900%. A company as great as Nordstrom's, over the past 10 years, their sales are down 52%. Now, there's a trend there. Nordstrom's gives great customer satisfaction. Nordstrom's, you can wear a pair of shoes to a dance, take them back to Nordstrom's, and they'll give you 100% of your money back. I mean, they've got great client care. But what's the difference? I've got to go to that store. And the commodity that none of us have enough of is time. So we have to find ways to more efficiently use our customers' time. We're playing around with taking our customers' cars and picking them up for service, servicing them overnight where people are sleeping, and then returning them back to their driveway. And I got to tell you, the results are nothing short of spectacular. The results look like this. In August of last year, we did this for 600 customers in the month of August 2017. In August of 2018, we did this for 1,900 customers.
Wow.
Our service business for pickup and delivery expanded by 300%. In 2016, you know how many cars we picked up in August? 0.
Right.
So it went from 0 to 600 to 1,900. They don't want to be in your service department.
Right.
They don't want to drink your bad coffee.
Right.
They don't want to eat the bagels. They don't want to watch whatever you've got on television in Paris, Kentucky. And I'm sure your service department is an excellent service department. I'm sure the coffee you have there is great coffee. I'm sure that you have excellent intentions to serve those customers while they're there. The bottom line, regardless of what you do, they don't want to be there. We need to own that. They don't want to be there. But they do need service. Right. So how do we solve for that?
Wow.
Take that fiction out.
That is some big thinking. And just those of you that are out there watching, we do have Starbucks. We've got Starbucks in the service. I'm just kidding. I'm with you, dude. I'm 100%.
Hashtag me too. But they don't want to be there.
I know
they
it.
don't want to be there. You can listen. Everybody's got something better to do than wait in my service department or your service department.
Yep.
How long does it take to make that appointment on the phone? Average 8 minutes just to make an appointment. Then I get there, I wait 45 minutes to get written up and processed. Then I'm waiting for the actual service to be done. And if we are going to do the right thing by the client, and we're going to do the oil change that they asked us to do, but we discover that they need brakes. When we walk into the lobby to talk to the customer and say, a waiting room, and say, hey, Mr. Smith, Glenn, you need new brakes. You're going to ask me 2 questions. What are those 2 questions?
I'm going to ask you how much and how long.
Man, bam, you know the answer. We all know the answer. And whatever answer I give you, you're not going to like. If I say it's $179 and it's an hour, you don't like either.
Right.
But what if we took the time, which is more valuable than money today, out of the equation? And we are making use, or we're doing the service to that car during the 94% of the time you're not using your car. I know one thing for sure. You are not using your car right now. I am not using my car right now. If it needed service, wouldn't it be a great service to me if somebody is taking care of my car right now and servicing it, putting it back in my driveway, and I get a little text message that says, hey, Benstock, it's going to be $129. Would you like to do that? And I say, yes. And then it says, okay, Benstock, sign here. And I sign, and your car will be delivered in 45 minutes back to you. Great. Glenn, I can't share some of the math, but let me just say this. The average repair order is nearly double.
Wow.
Why? It's because we're providing a greater service to the customer. We're providing a greater level of transparency. Now, I'm a front-end guy, sales guy, but really learning over the past 8, 9, 10 years, the fixed ops part of the business. And I think there's just a tremendous, tremendous upside there in how we treat our customers, how we take care of our customers. Time is the most valuable commodity our customers have.
Valuing everybody's time 100%. I cannot wait to get to spend a couple days with you in Orlando at Hustle and Grind Con. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to chase you around and pick your brain the entire time.
No. I'm chasing you around because, you take 1 + 1 and it equals 3.
That's right.
When you and I are together, that won't be 2. That'll be 3, 4, 5, 6x there because, it's ping pong. We start hitting the ball back and forth. And next thing you know, you're returning it faster to me than I'm returning it to you. And next thing you know, we're back and forth. And that little good idea that you give me, I spin out and turn back to you, that you spin out, and it keeps going higher and higher.
Yeah,
think of a golf ball. Why does a golf ball have dimples? Do you know?
Aerodynamics. So
Aerodynamics. As it's spinning,
right.
Those little dimples gain traction and groove and actually lift the ball.
Right.
Well, the same thing happens to us when we're kicking an idea back and forth. We're not smooth. We've got ridges in us to help us elevate what we're doing and to take that good idea. And, we were at a meeting yesterday with one of the big four, and I call the big four the gang of four. That's Facebook, Apple, Google, Amazon. And we were at a meeting with one of these organizations, and a great idea got thrown out on the table. And the people that were at that table were some of the sharpest people in business I've ever met. And that idea, by the time it got spit out after going through the table, it started out here and it ended up here. Amazing what we think we can do. So we're going to try.
Man. That's awesome, and I can't wait to hear more about that, which I know we won't go into today. But as far as respecting and valuing everybody's time, we're already running late. So here's what we've got to do this morning. I need you to do something called a 2-minute takeaway, okay? So basically, you're up on top of the mountain, right? Just like iRobot style. You're up on top of the mountain. All the people are down there. They're looking up at Brian Benstock, and you've got 2 minutes. 2 minutes to tell them something that they can apply in their life today, this week, this month, going forward. You got 2 minutes to give them some kind of impact statement that's going to change their life forever. What are you going to tell them?
What am I going to tell them? There's a powerful lesson to be learned from a meeting. You've got to absorb everything you can absorb in business. And we talked about this yesterday. A meeting, a person that you go and see can change your life. I had a meeting where a number of years ago, somebody showed a video. And they showed a video of Fred and Dick Hoyt. And Fred Hoyt was the father, and the son had cerebral palsy, and he was running a marathon, pushing his son. And that meeting in March of 2006 inspired me so much that I decided to run a marathon for my partner, my boss, Paul Singer. And I started that journey in March of 2006. I hadn't run a mile since high school. And in May of 2006, he passed away. In November of 2006, I completed my first marathon. That meeting that I went to changed my life. And since then, I've run, I think, 23 or 24 marathons. And it's not about how many races that I've run. It's the people, the amazing people that I got to meet along the journey. Because, a lot of men and women that run those marathons, it's super dedicated to what they're doing. And, everybody's running for something or from something. And that marathon really gives you the ability to realize what you're running for and what you're running against. And I think running, for me, has been very analogous to running a business. You have limited resources that you've got to use over a protracted period of time. If you go out too hot, you'll burn out and you'll lose your resources, and you'll cook yourself mile 5, 6, 7, 8. So how do you maintain that momentum over and those resources over a long period of time? It's not about Glenn Lundy and his team having a great month or even a great year. It's about having a great career. How do you pace yourself, discipline yourself to be able to have that great career and have the balance of family? I know your family values are incredibly important to you. I would say that I was not balanced the first 15 years of my career. It was all about work. And the family, I relied on my wife to take care of the kids while I was doing that. Now I realize the opportunities that I missed back then, and now it's time to make up for that. But you really can't make up for that. So you want to have that balance. But it's normal to be imbalanced as you're first getting started. So the takeaway to me was, don't underestimate the value of a meeting. Absorb all you can, because you could meet somebody at a meeting that changes your life.
Yeah, man. I love it, dude. I love it. Brian, thank you so much for being on our show today. That's incredible. A chance meeting. Here's a chance meeting right here, you and I know that it's going to explode into something even bigger. That's why I'm so excited.
Kindred spirits, man. Kindred spirits.
Kindred spirits, indeed. Hey, you guys, go out there and have an incredible day today. If you need more videos, you can go to glennlundy.com. We've got tons of videos up there, all kinds of rise and grinds, all that good stuff. If you need some rise and grind gear, go to glennlundy.com. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet for Hustle and Grind Con, where this guy right here next to me is going to be on stage spitting fire. He's going to be hanging out at the Hustle Houses. He's going to be there with us for a couple days. If you want to go spend some time with him, go get your tickets right now. You can get those at glennlundy.com. And most importantly, have a phenomenal day today. Go out and make an impact on someone's life like this dude Brian is right here. Brian, I got to tell you something, man. You are an amazing human being. Truly amazing. You
right back at you, buddy.
Yeah, you're incredible, man, and clearly uniquely made by the God of the universe to be the best version of you can possibly be, and you're doing a great job at it. You really are. You're making an impact on this planet. You're making an impact on your friends, on your family members, and on me. And I, for one, I love you for it, bud. Man, I absolutely.
Isn't it unbelievable how there is a kindred spirit? Guys like us, you're from Harris, Kentucky, you share nothing with me up in New York, right? But we're really kindred spirits. It takes one to know one, and you can see a guy that's a beast. And what you're doing to motivate the most important person in the auto industry, the retail salesman and saleswoman and manager, is